It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the Steelers' veteran quarterback as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Steelers and the Ravens coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
A Pro Bowl quarterback early in his career in Minnesota before a horrific knee injury slowed down his progress. He's a more than capable quarterback and makes the most of his opportunities when he's a starter in the NFL.
First play, Bridgewater looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. To throw is Bridgewater. And incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Harris on the draw. And he'll go down at the 28. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Harris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is indeed good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take for 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive, field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Garza. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him out of the end zone in this one.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Now Bridgewater. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Marcus Williams getting the sack from the secondary. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were in the midst of it.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know After the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be...
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. First down, Bridgewater. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Buying time to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown! Pat Fryermuth from 13 yards out. And the Steelers have retaken the lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 6-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
He threw the touchdown pass on that last drive, his 20th on the year. And he'll start again here, first down.
Now Jackson on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The Ravens on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Jackson now. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Jackson running again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. They find some open field here. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Jackson. Hard throw, incomplete. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. On the left hash, this from, and it's a fake. He's going to throw it, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got it to about the 40.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Line to the right, and this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
And the Ravens taking the field.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
They'll run on first down with Moss.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw is Jackson.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the gun, they'll try to run it to the 27-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jackson.
He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him to first. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Jackson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13 to 10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense.
Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. And now here come the Ravens. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Pass on the crossing route is complete. This is Andrews.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Jackson on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Jackson will throw again. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Garza.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Jackson. Dancing to his left. And his throw here's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And Jackson throwing once more.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
They're going right back to Hamler.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd and goal, Jackson. This is caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. So we've reached halftime here.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Steps away to his left. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Powell on the return.
Good footwork at the 30.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Now a toss play. It's Harris.
Brought down at the 20. Second down and 8. On the draw, it's Harris. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Bridgewater to throw it. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jalen Armour-Davis drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, obviously, the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit, too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down and the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Harris running straight ahead. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 4th down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Ravens ready to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Raven 1st down, 15 yards there.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down. Here's an option right.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
Jackson going to hold on to it again.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Jackson to throw.
And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good, and they add on and get a little bit of a cushion. It's 20-16 now.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Bridgewater.
Open man is Duvernay.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. From the 41, Bridgewater.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
The Steelers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. 1st down.
Well, that last run for a 1st down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the pass, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up 1st downs.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Jackson now. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Bridgewater on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
And the pressure gets to him again.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Back to throw. And Hill with it over the middle. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And some room to roam now. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Moss on the give up the middle. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll start by running the option to the right. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So now the Steelers down by 7. And time, a huge factor. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. From the 31, Bridgewater.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater.
Connecting with Hill. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage.
Bridgewater's throw there, hauled in by Claypool.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. He is going to find Hill here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Bridgewater.
He's got his tight end Fryermuth over the middle. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Bridgewater to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. Now Bridgewater. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1 is tempted to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, we got to overtime. What can we break out that they haven't seen?
Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Well, the defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football and a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 94 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And it's caught. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. Feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness hurts the guys at concession stands on the way out, right? Not stopping to buy something for the kids. They just want to get home. But what a dramatic way to finish this bad boy off. I mean, this game was dramatic all the way through. That's why we got to overtime. And then to go ahead and finish it this way, the fans screaming out unhappy. But the team that came in here and won this one on the road, they sprinted to their locker room.
And speaking of buying things, dinner on you tonight, David.
I kind of figured that was coming.
So for Baltimore, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.